So that's good enough. I think most people know my face. Yeah, so for just all right. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين وصلى الله وسلم على سيدنا محمد سيد الأولين والآخرين وآله الطيبين الطاهرين وصحبه غر الميامين. سبحانك لا علم لنا إلا ما علمتنا إنك أنت العليم الحكيم. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي. We thank Allah Ta'ala, we praise Him, we adore Him, we glorify His name, we testify that there is no deity deserving of worship except Allah. We also testify that our teacher, guide, and leader, Muhammad, son of Abdullah, is the messenger of Allah. Allah Ta'ala sent him bil huda wa din al-haq, with guidance and the religion of the truth. So that Allah may make the way of Muhammad prevail over all other ways. Walau kariha al-kafirun, even if the unbelievers detest that. We thank Allah Ta'ala that has given us this opportunity to gather here again together on our Academy. So to discuss the issue of the importance of time or time management from the Islamic perspective. Inshallah, I think I'm giving myself about maximum of about 50 minutes to talk. So today in Doha, where I think many of the attendants are, Maghrib is exactly 5 p.m. today. It is already 4:07 or 4:06. So meaning that we have just about 54 minutes. So in case I have to leave time for questions, maybe I should talk for only about 45 minutes or thereabouts. And let's dive in straight away. We thank Allah Ta'ala for making us human beings. وَلَقَدْ كَرَّمْنَا بَنِي آدَمَ وَحَمَلْنَاهُمْ فِي الْبَرِّ وَالْبَحْرِ وَرَزَقْنَاهُمْ مِنَ الطَّيِّبَاتِ وَفَضَّلْنَاهُمْ عَلَى كَثِيرٍ مِّمَّنْ خَلَقْنَا تَفْضِيلًا. Allah Ta'ala said in Surah Al-Isra that indeed He created the Bani Adam, the children of Adam, وَحَمَلْنَاهُمْ فِي الْبَرِّ وَالْبَحْرِ, and we gave them the ability to inhabit the land and the sea. In fact, today, human beings are also exploring the ability to inhabit the space. وَرَزَقْنَاهُمْ مِنَ الطَّيِّبَاتِ, Allah Ta'ala said, and we provided for them الطَّيِّبَاتِ, good, pure, halal sustenance. And Allah said, we place human beings above all our other creatures, lords. Let me start by saying there are the greatest favor Allah can do for any one of us. The greatest favor by all means that Allah Ta'ala can grant anyone is the favor of hidayah to the right path. That's the greatest favor Allah can grant anyone. Is when Allah guides you to Islam. Wallahi, Allah has done the greatest favor for you. Every other favor comes after that. And if Allah should deny a servant this guidance to Islam, wallahi, regardless of whatever else they have, Allah has not given them the greatest favor. They don't have anything. Why do we say this? And Nabi Sallallahu told us in one hadith that on the day of Qiyamah, if you pick a servant who has enjoyed everything most in this life, who has never suffered for a single moment in life, but who was an unbeliever, who did not believe in Allah, or never suffered for a single moment, from wealth to wealth, from health to health, from enjoyment to enjoyment, from pleasure to pleasure, everything. Maybe not silver spoon, maybe gold spoon or diamond spoon or platinum spoon he was born with, and he lived his life like that. But this person did not believe in Allah. They say on the day of Qiyamah, before Allah even settles judgment, Allah will ask the angels, just dip him in hellfire and bring him out. It's not like leave him there for 1 hour. It's not like leave him there for 1 year or for 5 years. Just dip him and bring him out. When Allah asked him, have you ever enjoyed before? He will say, my Lord, I swear by your name, I've never known anything called enjoyment. Or for as long as I can remember, all I ever know is suffering. And yet, Anabi said, if Allah will now pick a servant who believed in Allah, but who never had anything at all to enjoy in this life, never enjoyed anything in life, from sickness to sickness, from hunger to poverty, from disease, from war, from this, from that, who never enjoyed anything in life, but yet believe in Allah. Before judgment, Allah will say, angels, dip him in Al-Jannah and just bring him out. Don't leave him there for 1 hour or a week. Just dip him and bring him out. And then they'll ask, have you ever suffered before? He will say, my Lord, I don't know anything called suffering. All I can ever remember since I've existed is enjoyment and pleasure and well-being and wellness. And so the first thing that we need to thank Allah about is that Allah, and that we have to keep praying to Allah about, is that may Allah Ta'ala never any enjoyment, any blessing, any happiness, any position, any power, any wealth that will take us away from the guidance of Allah. May Allah Ta'ala never expose us to it. And on the flip side, any trial or tribulation or sickness or poverty or disease that will take us from the way of Allah, may Allah Ta'ala not try us with it. I mean, that's the first and the greatest blessing, Hidayah. After the blessing of Hidayah, the second greatest blessing, as the Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam told us, is the blessing of good health. After the blessing of Allah having guided someone to the path, the second greatest blessing that Allah can do for any one of us, and which I pray Allah Ta'ala grants all of us and blesses all of us with, is the blessing of good health. That is why the Arab will say that good health is like a crown on the head of the healthy. You know, when you are wearing a crown, except you are looking at yourself, like I'm looking at myself on the screen, like this. When you are wearing a hat, or you are wearing a cap, or you are wearing a crown, you may not know exactly how it fits, except you look at the mirror. But it is other people that will be seeing the cap on your head, or that will be seeing the crown on your head, that say, it looks very well on this man. I mean, it does not look very well on this man. Or you are wearing gele. It is so people who are looking at you that will say, oh, it looks good on her. So the Arab will say, health, good health, is like a crown on the head of the healthy person. Good health is like a crown on the head of a healthy person, that nobody can appreciate its beauty or its value except the sick. So it is only the sick that can look at the healthy person and appreciate the value of health. And subhanAllah, that's how Allah created us. It is whatever you do not have that you appreciate it when you see someone that has it. When you are very hungry and you see someone who is eating, you appreciate the value of food. When you are very, very thirsty, you appreciate the value of water. When one is incarcerated, imprisoned, you appreciate the value of freedom, being able to go wherever you like, whenever you like. It is when you are sick that you appreciate the value of good health. It is when you do not have a job that you appreciate the value of waking up in the morning, even though your boss stresses you, for you to even say, I have somewhere I'm going to in the morning and come back in the evening. So it is when you lack a job for 1 month, 2 months, and you are at home and you get tired of yourself, that's when you appreciate the value of this. But after guidance, take it from me, dear brothers and sisters, the second greatest blessing that Allah can bless anyone with is good health. Once you have good health, you can go and seek for wealth. When you have good health, you can go and visit family and friends. When you have good health, you can go and seek for that job or execute the contract. When you have good health, you can go and have fun and go to amusement park and do whatever you want to do. When you have good health, you can go for dars. I want to go and learn from this sheikh. I want to go and learn from that sheikh. So good health is important. And if one lacks good health, you see that whatever other resource you have, you'll be using it to chase that good health. That's why no matter how rich a person is, if Allah were to test him with a serious illness and they say, Baba, we need to do this surgery and it's going to cost this much. You say, that's my land somewhere, sell it. They say, we've sold that land though, the money is not enough. We say, that's my house somewhere, add it to it. So good health is very important. Allah Ta'ala not deprive any one of us of good health. Whoever is sick, may Allah Ta'ala grant them shifa, may Allah grant them wellness. After Hidayah and after good health, the third most important blessing that we have is time. The most important blessing that Allah has given us is time. Somebody may think of wealth Somebody may think of other things, but time is very important. And Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam told us, he said, Ni'matan, there are two blessings of Allah, maghbunun fihima kathirun minan nas, that most people, they waste, misuse, they abuse, they squander it. Two blessings of Allah, two great blessings of Allah that many people waste. And they never fully appreciate their value until they are gone. And in that hadith, Nabi mentioned these two blessings, as-sihha wal-farah. The first one, as-sihha, health, like we've talked about. And many people do not fully appreciate the value of good health until it is gone. And the second one is al-farah, to have free time. A time that you have to pursue your dreams, to pursue ambition, to face your goals. Many of us we do not appreciate the value of time. And time, from the Islamic perspective, is so important that all of us, we know the surah, Wal-Asri, where Allah Ta'ala swore Al-Asri by the hour, or by the time, or by time. And Allah Ta'ala said, Inna al-insana lafi khusr. I, Allah, I swear by time. Inna al-insana lafi khusr. Verily, human beings, or man, lafi khusr, is in a state of loss. Human being is in a state of loss. So people think it is only in this Wal Asri that Allah swore by time in the Quran. But that is wrong. There are too many places, especially in the lowest, in the last juzu, in the last part, in the last 30th part of the Quran. That is from Amma Yatasa'alun to Surah Nas. There are too many places in that last part where Allah Ta'ala swore by time in one form or the other. We've mentioned Wal Asri, Allah swore by time, or by the evening time. There's Wal Duha, Allah swore by the time of Duha. Allah Ta'ala swore, Wal Layli, I swear by the night. Wal Nahari, I swear by the day. So Allah Ta'ala swore by various components of the time. Wal Layli idha as'asa, wa subuhi idha tanafasa. I swear by night when it envelopes. I swear by day when the brightness starts to shine. Wal Layli idha yaksha. I swear by night when it starts to come with darkness. Wal Nahari idha tajalla. I swear by the day when brightness starts to show. So Allah will swear by night, will swear by Subhi, he will swear by the day, he will swear by the night, he will swear by the period of Duha, that is early morning, he will swear by Wal Asri, that is Asri time, like evening that we are here. So by various components of various periods of the day, Allah Ta'ala swore to emphasize the importance of time. Allah does not swear frivolously. Allah does not just call Wallahi, or I swear by this, or I swear by that. Whenever Allah Ta'ala swore, it is to call our attention to the importance of the matter that he wants to discuss with us. So that Allah Ta'ala took his time in various places in the last part of the Quran to swear by various components or various angles or various dimensions of time, is to tell us of the importance of time. Inna al-insana lafi khusr. Allah said, verily, mankind is in a state, man is in a state of loss. And truly, when you look at it, let me give an example. There are people among us. I mean, I don't mean among the 22 of us or so many of us that are on this call now, or 25 of us that are on the call. But there are people, let's talk purely in Nigeria Naira. Don't let us talk of the Elon Musk kind of wealth. Don't let us talk of the Jeff Bezos kind of wealth, or Warren Buffett kind of wealth, or Mark Zuckerberg. No, we're not talking about that kind of wealth. We're not even talking about the Dangote kind of wealth, or Adenuga, or Tedola, even in Nigeria. Let's talk about people who may be less than them. There are people we may know, we may not know, who make like 1 million naira every hour of the day. Whether they are awake or they are sleeping, their account is credited 1 million naira on the average. I'm not saying 1 million naira on the dot, on the average, maybe every hour of the day. So that by the end of each day, that person will have made 24 million naira. And at the end of a month, will have made like 720 million. And there are people that 1 million naira that will say somebody is making every hour. Maybe they are next category wealthy. Maybe they make it every day, including Saturday and Sunday, weekend. So that at the end of each month, he will have made like 30 million. You know, it's not the same category like somebody who makes 720 million to 30 million. But the same 30 million person example is also not the same category as somebody who makes that 1 million naira maybe in a month. So the 30 million you are making in a month, so somebody else is making only 1 million in a month, meaning that that's 12 million naira in a year. Yet somebody else is making that 1 million naira alone only in 1 year. Yet we have people in our country who make far less than that 1 million naira in a year. So if you look at wealth, we are in different categories. Allah Ta'ala has not placed or we have placed people in different categories. So the person that we say is making 1 million naira every hour, what he is able to spend? Please, the person that is making 1 million naira in a month, will he be able to spend the same thing? Definitely not. But the person that is making that 1 million naira in a year, will he be able to spend the same way like somebody making 1 million naira? And subhanallah, look at these crazy footballers that you watch in Premier League or in Saudi League now. You hear what some of them are making. What some of us who are top professionals will make in 1 year is what some of them make in maybe 1 day. Some top professionals who are like manager level professional, what they will make in a year is what some of these footballers make in 1 day. So that means our fingers are not equal when it comes to wealth. If when it comes to health, our fingers are not equal. Somebody can do a lot of work from morning till evening, standing, exerting, going from Ikorodu to Igede, from Igede to mile 12, from mile 12 to Ikoyi to Lekki, from Ibadan to Osogbo to Ilorin, and you say, I'm strong. Yeah. Yet somebody else, if he exerts himself a little, wallah, you say, I have to catch my breath or I have to rest. So even in health, we are not equal. In wealth, we are not equal. But one thing that we are absolutely equal about is that whenever we wake up in the morning, everyone has exactly 24 hours. Every one of us, the rich has 24 hours in a day. The poor has 24 hours in a day. The lower class has 24 hours in a day. The middle class has 24 hours in a day. Nobody has more than 24 hours in a day, and nobody has less. All of us, we have exactly the same 24 hours in a day. Does that mean what we all do in our 24 hours are the same? Definitely not. Definitely not. Somebody may be very productive with their own 24 hours. Somebody may waste all their own 24 hours and they cannot account for it. Somebody may choose to sleep 10 out of the 24 hours. Somebody may sleep only 3 out of the 24 hours. It is up to you what to do with the 24 hours. But one thing that Allah Ta'ala made equal for all of us, wealth may not be equal, health may not be equal, status may not be equal, power may not be equal, beauty may not be equal, position may not be equal. But one thing Allah made equal for all of us is that we all have 24 hours in a day. It is up to me how I use my 24 hours, and it is completely up to you how you use your own 24 hours too. So that is something we should know. And Allah warned us about this use of time. Hatta in Surah Al-Mu'minun, Allah Ta'ala said, Hatta idha ja'a ahdahum al-mawt qala rabbi irji'un. La'alli a'malu salihan fima tarakt. Kalla innaha kalimatun huwa qailuha wa min wara'ihim barzakhun ila yawmi yub'athun. Wa min wara'ihi barzakhun ila yawmi yub'athun. Allah Ta'ala said, human beings, Hatta idha ja'a ahdahum al-mawt. It is until death comes to one of them. It is when death comes to one of them, Qala Rabbi irji'un. He will now be pleading with Allah that Rabbi irji'un. Oh Allah, please can you return me back to life? It is only when death comes, Qala Rabbi irji'un, that he will now be pleading with Allah that Rabbi irji'un. Oh Lord, can you return me back to life? Why? La'alli a'malu salihan fima tarakt. So that some of the good deeds that I did not do, some of the good actions that I know I should do that I did not do, that I thought I would have more time, maybe I have more years ahead of me, so that I will go back to life, and some of the good deeds that I left undone, I'll go and start doing them. Allah. Allah Ta'ala said, no, it is not possible. إِنَّهَا كَلِمَةٌ هُوَ قَائِلُهَا. This is just mere statement, mere request that you are making. It is not possible. It will not be granted. In Surah Al-Fajr, وَلَيَالٍ عَشْرٍ, towards the end, يَقُولُ يَا لَيْتَنِي قَدَّمْتُ لِحَيَاتِي. Human being will be saying, يَا لَيْتَنِي, woe unto me, قَدَّمْتُ لِحَيَاتِي. What have I prepared for my life after death? What have I prepared for my life after death? So, the Quran emphasizes the importance of time. So, in one report, Ali went to, he went to a grave and he said, if you know the people of this grave, for them to have the opportunity to come back to life and say 2 rakah of nafila will be dearer to them now than to possess everything that is in this world. Were they to be given opportunity of just coming back to life to observe just 2 rakah of nafila, to put it in their credit, to put it in their account for the akhirah, which they are already facing now, will be dearer to them than to be given everything that is contained in this world. So, what is the danger in wasting our time? What is the danger in wasting our time? There's the hadith of the Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam, where a Nabi pasted it out, and there are 2 versions of the hadith. One is like a positive painting, where you are passing the message to somebody in a positive way. Make use of your time. Do this. The other way is almost like a threat. So let me quote the positive one, and then I'll quote the one that comes in form of a threat. The first one is where Annabi Sallallahu said, "Igtanim khamsan qabla khams." Igtanim khamsan qabla khams. Make good use of 5 things, qabla khams, before another 5 overtake you. Make use of 5 things, qabla khamsin, before another 5 overtake. If you look at the 5 things that Annabi Sallallahu told us to make good use of, to take advantage of, before another 5 comes, you see that 4 of the 5 are related to time. And that tells us how important time is. When Anabi was advising us that make good use of 5 things before another 5 overtakes, 4 out of the 5 that he was advising us to make good use of, they are related to time. Anabi said, Shababaka qabla harami. Make good use of your youthfulness, qabla haramik, before old age comes. Subhanallah. Allah Ta'ala is one that has written everyone's qadar, wallahi. So, and at times, it is not due to the fault of anyone, it is just the qadar. Wallahi, when I am in Nigeria, and I see, even here in Qatar, where we live, you go to Suq Waqif and you see some very, very old people pushing trolley. People will buy things and they want to help you push the trolley to take the goods in your car. Oh, I mean, it's not as pitiable when you see it here because they are reasonably healthy. But in Nigeria, at times you see very, very old people carrying every load on their back to help you. And you say, how much are they going to be given after carrying that load? Maybe 100 naira, maybe 200 naira, just to feed. And you'll be wondering, subhanallah. And like I've said, wallahi, some of these people, it's not because they did anything wrong in their youthful age, they didn't do anything wrong, it's just qadar. But for some, you'll be wondering, how did they live during their youthful age to end up at the age of 70-something or 80-something, having to carry every load on their back just to support feeding? Maybe no children, maybe some of them, they were in good position before, qadar of Allah, they became poor. But one, Anabi Sallallahu is saying, one of the 5 things you should make good use of before another 5 overtakes you. Shababaka qabla haramik. Be mindful of how you use your youthfulness before old age. Faragaka qabla shuglik. Be mindful of how you use the time when you are free, your leisure period. Qabla shuglik, before you get busy. When you are free, make good use of your free time, of your leisure time, before a time will come that even when you do genuinely have intention of doing some things, you just do not have the time to do them. The third one, sihataka qabla maradik, still related to time. When you are healthy, be mindful of how you use your health. Qabla maradik, before a time comes when even when you genuinely want to do, the health is just not there. You want to wake up for tahajjud, you just cannot rise out of the bed. You want to fast Monday and Thursday, you just cannot do it. You want to exert yourself in any form of ibadah, you just do not have the strength. That is still related to time. Youthfulness is related to time. Leisure is related to time. Your period of health is related to time. The fourth one, Allah said, Hayataka qabla mautika. Be mindful of how you use your life before death eventually comes, because death will definitely come. And you don't want death to come, and you are begging Allah, you are begging the angels, please give me more time. Please give me more time so that I'll start to give sadaqah. And I'll become a righteous person. I'll start praying. I'll start fasting. I'll go for Hajj. That is 4. Still related to time. And the last one, ghinaka qabla fakrik. The period you are wealthy, make good use of it before poverty comes. If you see out of these 5 things that we mentioned, 4 are related to when you are young, when you are free, when you are healthy, when you are alive. All of these are various descriptions of time. It's only wealth and poverty will not directly be related to time. But even indirectly, those ones it's related. The other one, and Mr. Salam told us almost the same advice, but in the other way of almost like a threat to say, La yazalu qadama ibn Adam yawm al-qiyamah hatta yisal an arba. That the feet of the son of Adam will not be able to move on the day of Qiyamah. The feet of the son of Adam will not be able to move on the day of Qiyamah until Allah Ta'ala asks him about 4 things. About his youthfulness. Fima abla. In what did you waste your youthful age? Second, about your life. In what did you spend your life? These 2 are related to time. The third one, Allah will ask you about your knowledge. What did you do with it? And the fourth one, wealth, has 2 questions. Min ayna iktasabahu wa fima anfaqahu. How did you make it and on what did you spend it? So if you look at even this hadith, 2 of it is related to time. Your youthfulness, on what did you waste it? And your life, on what did you spend it? So for this, dear brothers and sisters, we all have to be conscious that time is precious. Unfortunately, what is dangerous for us as Africans or Nigerians specifically, because I don't know a lot about other Africans, is that to us, time is secular. Time is secular. To the Westerners, people of Western civilization, to them, time is linear. And that's why I'm using my pen, so that we can get the description of what I'm going to explain now. But to us in Africa, time is secular. That is just like exactly the way your clock is on the wall. That if it is 12 today, I'm supposed to do this at 12 o'clock today, and 12 has passed, I didn't do it. No problem. Another 12 o'clock will come tomorrow. Or another 12 o'clock will come in 12 hours' time. Or I'm supposed to do something at 3 p.m. Kai, I forgot. I did not do it. No problem. As 3 p.m. has come today, I'm sure another 3 p.m. will come tomorrow. So that's how we look at time. The concept of time to us is circular. If I miss it, no problem. Another one will come. If I miss it this year, no problem. I'll do it next year again. If I miss the admission, no problem. I will apply for admission again next year. That's how we look at time, circular. But for Westerners, so when you look at time as circular, exactly what I've said, you think if I miss it, it will still come around again. What goes around comes around. Or if you look at time as linear, and not just linear, it's a continuum, just going like that forever. Infinite. You know that whatever point that you have missed, that point is not coming back again. It's gone for good. Honestly, if you can get yourself into thinking like this, you then know that time is not to be wasted. Now, so an aspect that I wanted to touch on this issue of time, and that's going to be practical for all of us, is that there's something called will of life. Will of life. And you can Google it. So this will of life, people use it, or those who advocate it, they advocate it to teach us how to have what you call harmony in your life. I don't want to call it work-life balance. I don't even want to relate it to just work and life. I want to just call it how to lead a harmonious life. Because every one of us, we have various things that make up our complete life. If I want to mention some of the things that make up my life, no, please, I'll think of about eight things that make up my life. The number one thing, my spirituality, my relationship with Allah. That is one aspect of my life. The number two thing, like we have said, my health is important to me. So you people and everybody listening to this, you too can start to mentally make your own will of life, or you can note it down that what are those things that constitute your whole life as a person. For some people, it may be only 5 things. For some, it may be 6. For some, it may be up to 10. That is fine. But for me, for example, practical example, my spirituality. Second, my health. Third, my family. Fourth, maybe friends. 5, my job or my career. 6, maybe my finances. 7, contributing to the community. Whatever community I meet myself, whether Nigerian Muslim community, whether Ilorin Muslim community, whether Nigerian in diaspora, whatever community you find yourself in, or whatever community you think you belong to. So contributing to the community. Number 8, self-development, developing yourself, whether by reading, whether whatever. So at least these 8 things that I've mentioned, part of those things that make up my own life. Again, spirituality, my health, my family, my friends, my community, my job, my career, my finances, self-development or personal development. So these are 8 aspects of things that contribute to my life. So when a believer, a Muslim talks about time management, then the first thing I want all of us to do is to say on a scale of 1 to 10, how much attention am I currently giving to all these things that constitute the will of my life? And I'm not suggesting that all of them should carry the same attention. But on a scale of 1 to 10, you need to be able to map that what is my score that I'm personally scoring myself. You are not to share with anybody. It's for yourself. What is my current score on each dimension of my life? And you then ask yourself, what is my ideal score? My ideal life, what should I be scoring on my spirituality? All of us, because we are Muslims, because we are religious people, all of us want to say, it's okay. Let's say we are not the Rasul, we are not Sayyidina Bakr, we are not Umar, we are not Uthman, we are not Ali, we are not the Sahaba. We know we can never be 10 over 10. That is fine. Let's say we cannot even be 9 over 10. Let's say we think 8 over 10 will be okay. If our spirituality is 8 over 10, we'll be very proud of ourselves. You can honestly, this is a self-exercise that you are doing for yourself. To ask yourself, so if I'm being true to myself, between me and my conscience, between me and Allah, nobody is going to see this. Not even my wife, not my children, not my friend. Where do I think I am currently in my spirituality? And you can put whatever dimension you want to use to judge your spirituality yourself. It can be, it's okay, my 5 daily salat, am I regular with them? Alhamdulillah. Oh, I pray some, I meet some. It can be my nawafil, the 12 rakah of nafila that I'm supposed to pray during the day, along with the compulsory salat. Am I regular with them? It can be, I'm adding tahajjud to it. Do I pray tahajjud at all? It can be, I'm adding fasting once a week or twice a week to eat. Do I do this? It can be my adhkar in the morning and my adhkar in the evening. Am I regular with them? So you can put a number of things that constitute what your ideal spiritual life should be like. And you honestly judge yourself to say, you know what? My ideal spiritual life, I want to be an 8. But where I am today, I think I'm still on a 4. You then see the gap. The gap is I don't pray my salat regularly, or I don't pray in Jama, or I don't pray in the masjid, or I don't do dhikri, or I don't do tilawat al-Quran, or whatever. I don't give sadaqah, or whatever. Still tell lies. So you measure that gap in your own life. And you can go to the next thing, my health. Health is wealth. So where do I want my health to be? 9/10 or 10/10, if possible. But you cannot ask yourself, where is my health currently? I think if I want you to be 10/10, but my health is currently 5/10. Why is it 5/10? Because I'm all carbohydrate. And small amount of it can never do me. It has to be wrap upon wrap upon wrap. I never exercise. I never walk. I never go to gym. I never do anything. Eat junk food. So you can measure yourself that where am I on that scale? So when you now do this, yourself, you see the will of your life. You can plot it. And you see whether your will is balanced and aligned, like they do for tire. Will balancing and alignment. Or whether your will is bent on one side, where you say that it's okay. I'm paying too much attention to friends. I'm not giving enough time to my family. I'm paying too much attention to my job. I'm not paying enough attention to my health. I'm praying, I'm staying too long in the masjid to the fact that I'm not able to focus on my job in the office. My job is suffering. Or I'm working so much that I never have time to pray. Or that I'm doing some of these other things so much that I never have any time to develop myself. I can never say this is the last time that I pick a book, a self-development book, whether it's on self-development, whether it's on financial planning, whether it's on hadith, whether it's on fiqh, whether it is religious or non-religious, whether it is even novel to improve your English. I can never remember this is the last time I picked the book and I read it from beginning to the end. So you yourself, if you look at the will of your life, you see where the imbalance is. And once you identify where this imbalance is, you can then start to say, Inshallah, what are the concrete steps that I want to take to bridge the gap on every dimension between where I am currently and where I want to be between Allah. Then you can start to balance things up. Why is this important? Let me give us a story of the Sahaba. And I'm conscious of time, that my time is almost completely gone. But if you take this wheel of life away, I think it's a very good tool, inshallah. And it's for yourself. It doesn't have to be done with anyone, but it's important. So you see where the imbalance, where you are wasting time. There was a Sahaba. We know all the Sahaba of the Rasul Sallallahu. They are all great people. So Allah Ta'ala gave the best companions to the Rasul Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. And as Allah Ta'ala himself told us that Khairul Quruni Qarni. The best century, the best generation is this my generation. These people that Allah has blessed me with. Yet, among these Sahaba, we are not all the same. Some of them were businessmen. Some of them were traders. Some of them were farmers. Some of them were poor people who sat in the masjid. Some of them, even in terms of spirituality, some of them were committed in terms of spirituality more than others. The companions who was known to be very, very dedicated in worship was Abu Darda. Abu Darda was so dedicated in worship to the point that almost every day he will fast. And as soon as he breaks his fast at night, after Salat al-Maghrib and Salat al-Isha, he will start to do what? So he will start to do Qiyamul Layl. To the point that you can almost not know what his wife, Darda, looks like again. Because there's nothing like sleeping with my wife or being intimate with my wife. I just want to worship Allah. And when Nabi Sallam came to Medina, he combined them together as friends. So a Muhajir and Ansar, he made them friends. So a friend of Abu Darda was Salman al-Farisi. So one day, Salman al-Farisi went to the house of Abu Darda and he met Umar Darda. Say, why is my friend? How is he doing? I said, your friend is a man of Akhirah. Your friend does not have anything to do with us in this house. Food, we will not eat. At night, we never sleep with us. It's just ibadah during the night worship and during the day fasting. So Salman waited for Abu Darda to come. And he said, Abu Darda, inshallah, I'm passing the night over here at your place today. Abu Darda was very happy. Mashallah, mashallah, you are welcome. And then when it was time to eat, Darda served them food. Salman said, let's eat. Abu Darda said, no, 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 I'm fasting. You are fasting. No, 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 no. Is it compulsory fast? It's not compulsory fast now. Break your fast. Let's eat together. No, 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 no. This is my everyday fast. Now you cannot break it, bros. So Salman Farisi forced him to break his fast. So after I broke his fast, then when night came, as soon as they finished praying, Salman Farisi wanted to sleep. Abu Darda wanted to start making qiyam. He said, no, no, no. It's not time for qiyam. Go to your family inside. Let me stay wherever I'm staying, maybe in the sitting room, wherever. No, no, it's not time for qiyam. Go and stay with your family. After some time, Abu Darda came out again. Salman sent him back again. Go and stay with your family. The third time, when it was close to Fajr, he woke up. Worship Allah. You can worship Allah now. Salman Farisi now told him that something. Inna li rabbika alayka haq. Your Lord has right over you. Wa li badanika alayka haq. Your body has a right over you. Wa li ahlika alayka haq. Your family, wife and children, they have right over you. Ati kulla dhi haqqin haqqahu. And you have to give the right of everyone to them. So you are doing to yourself, Abu Darda, is that you are giving all the rights of Allah to him. You are denying your body its own right to sleep and to rest. You are denying your wife a right to intimacy and your companionship. You are denying your children their right to good quality time with you as a father. So you think you are getting close to Allah, but in your process of trying to get close to Allah, you are really, really doing what is wrong. Abu Darda was not happy with Salman's feedback. So he took the case to the Rasul Sallam. Ya Rasul, this is what my friend Salman came to my house. He didn't allow me to complete my fast. He didn't allow me to do my qiyam. At the end of the day, he was telling me that my body has the right over me, my Lord has the right over me, my wife has the right over me, the children have rights over me, and that I should do this. And Sallam said, Salman is right. So when we talk about time management today, and I'm still linking it to the will of life, dear brothers and sisters, ask yourself, all these components that have rights over you, your body, your mind, your wife, your husband, your children, your friends, your community, are you giving everybody the time they deserve and the attention they need? Or are you giving some to this and you are denying some? What are the greatest time wasters today? The number one time waster that I want to focus on, maybe the only one that I'll even be able to focus on today, is what I call endless, useless scrolling. That's the only one I want to address today. The only single time waster that I want to address today is endless, useless scrolling. And I'm sure everybody does not need more explanation than this. This thing called social media, is denying us the opportunity to connect with us, with our Lord. Is denying us the opportunity to develop our brains. Is denying us the opportunity to connect with our wives and husbands. Is denying us the opportunity to connect with our children. Is denying us the opportunity of even saving anything tangible in our Akira account. Most of our time we waste on social media. Subhanallah. Whoever is using Android phone, because I use Android phone, I'm not an iPhone person. If you go to your Android phone, at least on my own Samsung, on my Samsung phone, there's something called digital well-being. There's something called digital well-being. And on this digital well-being, if you go to the settings, you can just, under settings, type digital well-being. And you can actually say this digital well-being, you want it to pop out so that it becomes an app on your screen. It's just part of the setting of your phone, of your normal Android phone, but you can make it pop out so that it becomes like an app. Subhanallah. Let each one of us try it on our Android phone. I don't know the equivalent on iPhone. Whoever uses iPhone, I'm sure you may have an equivalent. And just try and see how many hours you spend each day on your phone. Just try and see how many hours you spend each day on your phone. I'm telling you, on the average, people spend 6 to 8 hours on the screen each day. 6 to 8 hours. Some people a lot more. Let me break this down. Spending 6 hours on your screen, on your phone every day, it means in 40 years, you will have spent 10 years on your screen. If you don't know the arithmetic. Or it means in 10 years, you will have been on your screen for 2.5 years on your screen alone. Scrolling. What did you say on Facebook? What did you say on WhatsApp? What is there on Instagram? What is there on Snapchatting? Scrolling up and down, Twitter, X. But if you're the one that spent up to 8 hours on your phone every day, that means every 3 years, you are on your phone for 1 year. In 9 years, you'll have been on your phone for 3 years. In 30 years, you have been on your phone for 10 good years. Wallahi, there's nothing to waste your time more than this. And if you look at the danger of this, somebody will want to say, oh, subhanallah, there's benefit in this. We're having this session now. Is it not the phone that we're all using? Yes, we know the benefit, but the harm outweighs the benefit. We've all seen families where they are sitting down together, husband and wife and children, when it's supposed to be family time. Wallahi, husband is holding his phone, laughing with himself, laughing with his friend, or laughing at a joke, or laughing at something, whether it is halal or haram, in a different world. Wife is sitting there beside him, wife too is pressing her own phone, connecting with her own friend, doing her own gossip, whether it is halal or haram, in her own world. And the children, everybody is on their own device too. No connection at all. No barakah in the time. So if there is something that we all need to become disciplined about to save ourselves, because this one thing, and subhanallah, look at how Shaitan does. When you go to Twitter and somebody writes something good, then you read this comment. From that comment, somebody will get tagged. You camp under the person's post, and then people will start throwing banters and good insult and bad insult. People will start joking and all that. Wallahi, you can do it for 1 hour. You never get tired. The same person, let him carry a must-have of the Quran. Wallahi, before you finish reading one page, you want to fall asleep. Why? Because Shaitan keeps pumping dopamine. As you are seeing, you are liking it. As you are seeing, you are liking it. You are liking, you are sharing, you are favorite. But carry the must-have, wallahi, you want to sleep off. Yet, when you now go to Facebook, even when people say they want to learn the deen, it is not the deen that they will use to better their own life that they want to learn on the social media. It is what has this sheikh do on the other sheikh. What reply has this one given the other one? Yes, I like what he has said, so I will forward and will do that. Not to even talk of when we now enter the realm of pure haram, looking at muharramat. So the greatest time waster today that all of us must kill is this issue of how we use this endless, useless scrolling. Scroll until all the time is gone. Please, even if it is the Quran you want to read, try to replace reading Quran from the phone. Try to replace it with carrying proper mashab. Even if it is a book you want to read, try to replace it, if possible, with a physical book rather than on the screen. The screen is becoming a fitina. Now, how do we save our time? The first one is, and we want to get to practical steps, so I've even overshot my time by a lot. So the first thing is that let us focus on what I call barakah culture versus hustle culture. The barakah culture is a culture that allows you to have internal peace. To know that wherever you are in life, that is where Allah wants you to be at this moment. The barakah culture is not a lazy culture, but is a culture that does not make you too excessively competitive. I'm competing with this brother. He has bought this car. Why is my life so rubbish? Why am I not making progress in life? I need to get that car. I need to compete. He's living in this neighborhood. He's living in Lekki or Makudu or whatever, and I'm living in Mushin. So all these things is hustle culture. work harder, work harder, work harder, work harder, make more money, chase, it's rat race. It wastes our time. Focus on barakah culture. Whatever you are doing, do it very well to the best of your ability. فَإِذَا أَذَنْتَ فَتَوَكَّلْ عَلَى اللَّهِ. When you have now put in your effort, leave the rest in the hands of Allah. So that is barakah culture. Barakah culture is focused on pleasing Allah, not on pleasing yourself. Barakah culture is focused on human being always reviewing himself. Hey, AbdulRaman, you woke up at 5 o'clock this morning. This is 10 p.m. You are going to sleep. What did you do today? If you are to die today, what are those things that you have done that you yourself are hopeful that Allah will use this plus His mercy to put in Al-Jannah? What are those things that you have done today that if Allah were to take you to task on this today, you can end up in hellfire? So for you to manage your time as a Muslim, you must mentally create this picture to put every moment of your life in this moment. Is it taking me closer to Jannah, or this moment is it taking me close to hellfire? Consciously, you must be making this plus and minus. So that you're putting things in your credit account, you're putting things in your debit account. The time I'm using to gossip about people, to talk bad about people, so where am I putting it? Debit account. The time I'm using to develop myself, read, bond with my family, do Tilawatul Quran, do productive work for my life, focus on my health, focus on my finances in a way that benefits me and the community, put it in your credit account. So that at the end of the day, you yourself can say how much of my time went into useless things and how much of my time went into productive things. Second, we all need to build routine. You must have routine. None of us should be spending our time where the left is, as they call it. You must never spend your time where the left is. I'll just do whatever I like. I think I need to stop now. So if I see one or two questions, maybe they can guide. So all of us, let us build routine. It's very, very important. When we're in secondary school or university, there's a book we used to read then, 24 hours a day with the Holy Prophet, 24 hours. When an Nabi will wake up, what we do first, we pray tahajjud, we go for fajr, we do azkar of sabah, we will attend to family needs, we will attend to needs of the community. All of us must have routine. Don't be the brother who is always available. Nana, can you come now? Oh, yes, I'm coming. As if you don't have any plan for your own day. You are always available. I'm coming. Sister, can you come? Yes, I'm coming. So let us all have routine. So let us do two of these three things. One, as practical tips, all of you should do a will of your life to see whether there's balance or whether there are imbalances, where there are gaps that you need to fill. Second is that there must be reflection, whether daily or weekly, on how you are spending your time. Third, your use of mobile phone or your use of social media, even if it is for good, reduce it. Talk more of if it is for evil. And last one is that what I just, that's digital well-being, then daily and weekly reflection. And lastly, let us focus on barakah culture rather than hustle culture. May Allah Ta'ala make whatever we've learned today useful. Definitely 40 minutes was not enough for this, but may Allah bless it. So, and may Allah make it useful for the listener and the speaker. Jazakumullah khair. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Jazakumullah khairan. Wallahi, the time was not enough. We pray Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala put barakah in what Sheikh have said. And I believe we have gained one or two things as regarding the time. I have just 2-3 points just to add to what I may have said. Number one is we have to limit our distractions. And then number two is we have to attach the job to a time. We have to attach a job to a time. Imagine we have like 1,000, let's say 1,000 riyal as our time in the bank. It means if you finish your 1,000 riyal in a day, it means your time has expired. So imagine that kind of a situation. I'm sure we'll manage it well. And then distraction is also one thing that is common now. We have to avoid time wasting. I want to follow this content. I want to know the update. I want to I want to make follow-up. What is the update and the rest like that. All these things comes together to waste our time. May Allah bless our time. Also, lastly, sometimes someone will just say, just while away 1 hour, I'm coming. just wait for me for 1 hour. I'm coming. How can you just waste 1 hour out of your whole life? So time is precious to Muslim, and we have to use it very, very well. Jazakumullah khairan, Sheikh. We will not be able to take any question now because of time. They've called Adhan for Maghrib here. And I pray Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala put barakah in this lecture for the speakers and the listeners. Jazakumullah kulla khair. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdik. Wa nashhadu an la ilaha illa ant. Wa nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilayk. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. جزاكم الله خيرا يا زارة. جزاكم الله خيرا كثيرا.